I haven't been in a pillow fort in years. This isn't quite a pillow fort. It's a blanket over part of my bed and a chair. But it's doing the job. And that job is to make me feel more comfortable. Because I'm going to do something that pushes my comfort zone quite a bit. I'm going to go outside and record myself. I feel a lot of resistance to recording myself in public, but it's also something I really want to do for several reasons, which I will talk about later. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why it feels so scary to me to record outside, things that I'm doing to try to help with that fear, and then I'm going to go outside and actually record myself in public. And then I'm going to come back in here and talk about how that went. So if you would like to come along for that ride, then stay right here. Hello, I'm Isaac, and this is Deep by Design. Let's talk about recording in public. So first, why do I want to record in public? Well, for one thing, I watch several people who record outside, and I just like watching people outside. It's nice. You get to see some scenery. It's more dynamic. They're moving around. They're not just sitting on a couch or at a desk. And I live in a beautiful city, so why not show off some of it? Go to different locations and talk. I also love to travel, and I don't want to be stuck in a hotel room or an Airbnb when I go traveling and want to record videos. I'd much rather be outside. I'd much rather show you the places that I'm going to. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. So I need to work on this issue I have around recording outside. Years ago, I wanted to become an amateur photographer. I wanted to take it up as a hobby. But every time I went outside to take photographs, I would feel so uncomfortable. It was very much the same as how I feel about recording outside, maybe a little bit less strong. But I noticed that when I would take photos outside, I would feel like everyone was looking at me. I would feel awkward. I would feel judged and misunderstood. And it was really about being seen as an artist. When I've taken photos at tourist attractions, as a tourist, I feel fine. I don't think about it at all. Because everybody else is doing the same thing. So there is this interesting shift when it's an artist or when it's a tourist. And I think that has a lot to do with it for me. And this leads into talking about the outer critic and the inner critic. The outer critic in my head says that people will think, oh, who is he to be talking to a camera? Is this guy's ego really that big? The outer critic is trying to protect me from criticism coming from other people. So it just digs into the most ridiculous, most extreme negative things people could think, and it shoves them in my face. And that's only one half of the story. The other half is the inner critic. And the inner critic is saying things like, who are you to record yourself outside in front of other people? Oh, hey, look at me. I'm so important. I need to record myself right now outside around other people. Yeah, my inner critic is pretty brutal. And I know it's just this very young part of me, to use some internal family systems language, that's doing its best to protect me. It just doesn't know any other way of how to do it. And it doesn't need another way, because this way works pretty well. It has stopped me from doing a lot of things in life that I wish I had done, that I should have done, that you name it. And by recording outside, I'm not trying to banish those voices. I am hoping that if I can listen to them and say, okay, I hear you, I get what's going on with you, I get where you're coming from, but I'm going to try this right now. I'm going to see how it feels. We are just running an experiment. I'm hoping that by doing that and maybe doing it again and again, over time, those voices will recalibrate how they think about recording in public. They will decide over time with some evidence that recording outside is not so dangerous. It's not something that is going to harm me, which is what they think right now. So, that said, I do expect to feel pretty awful at times. I think I will feel severe cringe. I will feel ashamed of myself because for some reason in my head, recording outside is only something people would do if they were very, what's the word? If they were very arrogant, not confident, but arrogant. I could see my nervous system getting very activated. The good thing about walking and recording is that I will be moving my body, which will probably help me stay out of freeze, but I might go into flight. I might just get really amped up and activated and uncomfortable. So we'll see, and I'll be reporting on that, hopefully as we go. So that leads me to my plan. So for this first experiment, the only way I could get myself to do it is to record myself without speaking. I'm going to have the mic on my shirt or jacket. I'm going to have the camera. I'm using an Osmo Pocket 3 for this. And I'm going to walk around recording myself like in selfie mode. I'm also going to try setting down the camera and sitting nearby it. And I'm going to try this in a few different locations, like on a street and in a park, just to see how different environments feel. So I'm testing a few things in this experiment. I'm testing which will feel more comfortable, walking around in selfie mode, holding the camera out, or sitting with the camera on a stand nearby and looking at the camera. So before I go outside, I am going to do a little check-in with myself. Like, where's my nervous system activation level? And what feelings are present? Right now, I'm kind of pretending that I'm not going to do it. I'm just recording this as a practice, and I'm not actually going to go outside. So we'll see if I actually, we'll see if I actually go outside. B, we'll see if that feeling changes suddenly as I attempt to go outside. It's a Sunday, so it's going to be busier outside, more people around. If I went on like a weekday morning, it would be quieter. So I was kind of saying to myself, well, I'll record this first act alone at home, and then I'll go out Monday morning. I'll get up early, I'll go out when nobody's around, and it'll be so much easier. Now that I'm recording and the Band-Aid has been ripped off of just recording in general, which is still very nerve-wracking for me, I think I'm ready to just go outside. I mean, why not, right? I might just do it right now. So if I'm going to check in with my nervous system, if I was going to assign a number to my activation level, like 1 is totally calm and 10 is completely activated, I think it's going to go up quickly, but right now, 6, maybe 5. Let's call it a 5. I think once you get into 6, you're getting real physical symptoms going on, and I don't really have much in that area right now. What feelings are present? Oof. I'm nervous. I feel awkward already. I'm already imagining the eyes on me and the judgments coming at me. So it's basically like some anxiety and some nervousness. And we'll see how that develops as I head out the door and get going. And if I don't talk while I record, I'm going to come back and give a full debrief once I get back here. So let's go and give this a real, honest try. Let's go out and see what happens. It is a super windy day today, but I've got my mic on. I'm actually talking. I did not expect that. There's not a person in sight, which makes it easier. I still feel nervous about windows, like, oh, people are gonna see me out their window. But really, who sits by their window these days anymore? Not many people. So I just passed some people, and I am feeling very judged right now. I was just carrying the camera. I wasn't holding it up in selfie mode like I am now. But boy, did I feel judged. Whew. Were they judging me? Probably not. One guy had his sunglasses on, and I just felt like he was staring at me through his sunglasses. He probably was not. Or if he was, it wasn't because I was carrying a camera. It's because he's a judgmental person or something. I don't know. Or he's just a curious person. He likes to look at people. I think my anxiety level is not bad. Like, moving helps. It's funny how there's these things we want to do in life, and it's so hard to do them. Something really interesting about that. Yeah, there's some people down on the trail. It is very windy, so they probably can't hear me. But that would have made me really nervous in the past. Suddenly I feel like I'm talking to a person and not to a camera. And when I'm talking to a person, it's more socially acceptable. Like, what if I was doing this recording for a family member? I probably wouldn't feel weird at all. Like, if it was for one of my nephews or something, like, I want them to be able to remember me. This is like a legacy video. I think I wouldn't feel so awkward about it. Now I'm recording in a spot that is a little bit more exposed. There are some people who could see me. They're far away, but they could see me doing what I'm doing. I still kind of feel that sense of talking to a friend. And that makes it so much less awkward. I'm so much less worried about them seeing me. And those people aren't even looking. They're just doing their thing, like most people do. It's just in my head it becomes a bigger thing. I think everyone's somehow focused on me. I remember saying that to my mother once when I was a young adult, and she said, well, you're very tall, so a lot of times people probably are looking at you when you think they're looking at you. Which did not help as much as you might think it would. Okay, now I've tried walking in the park, tried selfie mode, and now I'm trying gimbal, what do you call this mode? I'm trying sitting with the camera instead of holding it. This is definitely the easiest because I'm not holding it. It feels much less awkward this way. And now for the biggest test. I'm going to walk through a fairly populated park. I'm going to try selfie mode, and I will try this kind of a mode as well. I doubt I will talk to myself, although I will do it if I think of something to say. Let's see what happens. I'm at the park now, and it's actually a little less busy than I thought, I guess because of the wind and the sort of cold air. And I'm behind a little fence, so that makes it easier. Oh, some people are looking at me. Am I nervous? Not really. Everyone knows what this is now, so they don't care. As long as they're not in frame, I think they don't care. I think just in this short amount of time, I've realized that my inner critic and my outer critic are not as scared of this anymore. They don't see this as dangerous as they did before. Now, if I walked past some people while I was talking to this thing, that might be a little bit nerve-wracking. But when there's no one nearby, when everyone's pretty far away, it's fine. I have this feeling that they know what this is. They see some guy with a camera talking to it. It's pretty much normal these days, isn't it? I don't think I would think twice if I saw that. It just felt different when it was me. It's also making me feel almost more accepted on some level that is hard to explain. Even when I record at home, there's this feeling of like, should I be doing this? Is this allowed? Am I okay doing this? Does anyone, it's not even really about if anyone wants to see me. And there, a little 7-year-old kid ran really close to me. And I knew he didn't care because he's grown up on digital everything. But I feel more acceptance in myself as a talking head, as a YouTuber, as a content creator. I don't like the term YouTuber. All right, now there are some people coming, and I think I'm gonna sign off. But this was a very successful experiment. Let's talk a little bit more about it when I get home. So I'm back in the relative safety of my fort. And I wasn't planning to use it at first because I felt like, well, I'm fine. Like I actually really enjoyed being outside, so I don't need it. But now that I'm in here, it feels pretty good. So my nervous system activation is quite low compared to before I left. I would give it the 1 to 3 range, probably 3 to 4. I think I said 5 when I left. Doesn't sound like a big difference, but it is a very big difference in my nervous system. Feelings that are present are, I'm actually hopeful. I'm excited. I am really glad that I did it. I'm really proud of myself, and I feel very relieved that it was not as bad as I thought it might be. I wore that big jacket, which was not needed for the weather. It was very windy, but it wasn't really needed. But it was a way to hide myself and a way to hide the mic. And I'm okay with that. I think that it made me feel more comfortable, and we need to do whatever makes us feel more comfortable just to get it done, just to do something that we want to do. This is not about challenging ourselves to push the envelope, push the extremes. That is not what I coach about, and it's not what this channel is about. This channel is about doing the things that we love to do, doing the things that we want to do, that we feel called to do, without pushing our nervous system to the edge, to anxiety, to stress. I did notice that my head was on a swivel. I was swiveling quite a bit, and I think that's understandable, but I hope in the future I can do a little bit less of that. Did I have the inner and outer critic thoughts that I expected? Yes, but they were not as strong as I thought they would be, and they didn't last for as long as I thought they might. The outer critic thoughts hit me a couple of times. Once when I walked past the guy with the sunglasses. Once when I saw a woman in a parked car, but I couldn't tell if she was looking at me or not. The inner critic thoughts were not as bad as I thought either. I really didn't feel as self-conscious as I thought I would. That really surprised me. I'm just a guy with a camera, speaking to the camera. Maybe I'm trying to teach something. Maybe I'm trying to help someone. I mean, there are positive things I might be doing with that camera. And there's no reason to think that people would assume the worst. What surprised me the most was feeling more accepting of myself. That was very unexpected, and it almost warmed my heart. What felt easier than I expected was speaking to the camera while there were people who could see me doing that. They were very far away, but even far away, I did not think, before I left, I did not think I could do even that. So that was great. What felt the hardest was walking and talking, holding the camera in selfie mode. Yet at the same time, moving helped with my nervous system quite a bit. I noticed that when I finally sat down, I got a little bit more anxious because all of that nervous energy had nowhere to go. What felt the best were probably the moments when I stopped in a slightly sheltered spot where there were trees on both sides or bushes on one side and a tree on the other, where I felt like no one could really see me. I stopped partly because of the wind, but also because I knew it was a little safer feeling than if I was just completely out and exposed. What parts did I actually enjoy? Almost all of it. I liked it so much more than I expected, and I liked it so much more than sitting on the couch. I love that couch. I love that background for my videos. But when you have a background like that, for me, it's very easy to fall into perfectionism and wanting to get everything perfect, kind of feeling like it's a studio setup. And recording outside felt the opposite of that. It was fun, and it was real, and it was alive. It broke through all of my perfectionist stuff about how the video has to look. That was really fun for me. What got me out the door was you. Because once I started talking to you about it, I started to feel like, well, why not at least try? I know I don't know who's watching this, and I know this is a very one-way form of communication unless you leave me a comment about this video, which would be awesome. I'd love to read whatever your thoughts are on this video. But just knowing that I'm talking to someone, knowing that you're seeing me go through this, somehow made it easier for me to actually go and do it. That surprises me as well. So far, knowing that you are watching, someone is watching, has almost made everything about recording harder because I worry about being judged and all of that stuff. But I felt like you were supporting me and cheering me on, and it helped. Okay, so what do I want to try next? I want to try a new location. I want to get closer to people, kind of push that boundary a little bit for myself. I want to talk about a topic, not just about what's happening in my current experience. I will probably talk about the fact that I'm recording outside again, but I want to actually have a topic to talk about that is not just about me recording outside. So this was a big success for me. By no means do I feel like I am now a walk and talk content creator, but I do feel like I have a little bit more confidence about going outside. And I also see how much I like doing it. So I'm definitely going to do it again, hopefully very soon. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. This was really eye-opening and exciting for me. I'm Isaac, and this channel is Deep by Design. Thank you so much for being here. Until the next one, be kind to yourself and take good care.